Yeah, let's do it.
It's easy to sum it up. We're talking about practice.
Because it's about as casual as it gets.
What's the problem now?
That's a clown question, bro.
I think we ought to send him beating at least.
World champions!
Start playing with some jam in here. Let's go.
Philadelphia, looking as only you can look. Woo!
Here we go, here we go.
I would have guaranteed that AJ would be the one that wants to dump it on Sirianni.
Let's see.
And Devontae, and either way.
Uh-oh. Good move there.
Oh.
Great maneuver.
A little okie doke.
The best shower Nick Sirianni will ever have.
And welcome back to the Philly podcast, everyone. We were away last week due to the night before Thanksgiving. But we will tonight be talking about the Black Friday game. The Eagles fell to the Chicago Bears 24-15 in a game where Philadelphia never held a lead and just couldn't seize control when it mattered most. Jalen Hurts put up solid stats, 230 and 2 touchdowns. But the offense felt disjointed and most of the afternoon relying heavily on A.J. Brown, who did deliver with 10 catches for 132 yards and both scores. But the real backbreaker came when the mistake, a blocked extra point and failed 2-point try later in the game, left critical points on the table. And defensively, Philly got bullied up front. Chicago's ground game, led by DeAndre Swift and rookie Kyle Monangai, racked up 255 yards and 2 touchdowns, putting the Eagles on their heels all day long. Even when the Eagles tried to get creative, it backfired. A fumble on the short yardage tush push ended a promising drive and swung momentum. The loss drops the Birds to 8-4 and tightens the NFC playoff race, while also marking their first loss to the Bears since 2011. So tonight we'll break down how it all unraveled and whether this was a one-off stumble, like my words just there, or the start of a troubling trend, and what needs to change down the stretch. So again, here we go, everyone. You know, this is the Philly podcast brought to you by the Broken Bell Network. I am Eric Perugini, Chris Lahiff. We can hear you, Chris. Yes, we can.
All right. I don't know what's going on. My camera isn't working, and I'm not going to use the camera that makes me look like broadcasting a Taliban video.
Well, that's totally fine, man. It's all good. But I mean, I know I mentioned. Okay, go ahead.
Since I'm bringing it up, and I'm going to cut you off.
Of course you are.
Of course I am.
That seems to check out.
I am going. I said in the beginning of the season I was going to war with anyone who besmirched Jalen Hurts' names, and I continue to do that. Now I am going to go to war to the idiots who wanted to throw rocks and eggs at Kevin Patullo's home. I don't know who you think you are, how cool you think you are. You are a total dickbag. And it'll never happen, but I wish they would find them, and I wish they would drop them off in the Eagles tailgate and let the people know exactly who they are. Because it would be far more worse than those idiots going to jail. Dropping them off at an Eagles tailgate because, listen, we all know the struggles with Kevin Patullo. But nobody from, like, a true Philly fan is going to go to the home of Kevin Patullo and egg his house and throw rocks at it. I hope all of you step on a Lego. I hope all of you are on an electric scooter and maybe you get hit by another electric scooter and that you fall onto a brick of Legos, or you get a lot of cuts and salt is just on those open wounds. Because you, sir, are, I don't even know what was it that we had, Keith, on the podcast, the baseball podcast, the dummy of the week. You, sir, officially are the dummies of the season. Dummies of the season. And I'm done.
Well, there's Chris, everyone.
What do you think the money line is that the culprit is from Delco?
Oh man, I don't know.
I don't know.
But I think it would be even funnier if he was a hockey fan too.
No, I don't think people from Delco or people from Philly are driving to Morristown, New Jersey. I don't. I honestly think it was some moron in Jersey who was like, "Oh, I'm gonna be real cool. I'm gonna do this." Nah, dude, you're a dickbag. I
Yeah.
hope you get caught.
Yeah, it's classless, and I don't. And there is that that stigma that Philadelphia fans have. This will just add to that pile, and it's unfortunate because it looks terrible as it is terrible, and it's just the cross that we bear for having. We do have passionate fans, and I'm not talking about. The passionate fans are not people who vandalize homes. That's not. I don't mean passionate in the sense that they are assholes. Passionate fans is in like fan base like us, right? We and you listening right now, right? Like you get it. You have to get it. And if you don't get it, just stop listening to us, right? I think we're in agreement. We don't need that kind of listener. Am I?
Absolutely.
Okay. Like I'm not trying to I'm not, listen, I'm not trying to say, but like if you thought that was like in good taste or a good idea or any of those things, because first of all, I'm going to say that the KP hate is a little overblown at this point. I think we've talked about it on this show. He was from within the organization. The play calling is definitely not down to one person. That is ridiculous. And we also got him because we were 5 weeks late to the interview game, right? I get why you're frustrated with him if you think the offense looks bland. Let's talk about that. What would you rather see? And do you have a solution for there being a week up front to handle your solution? Because I guarantee you they've thought about it too. Like, these guys are professionals. What are we talking about, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, to do that stuff to the offensive coordinator, it's completely 1000% out of line. I mean, like I hope I would love it if they found these people and he prosecuted them. They should be. But you're right. I don't want people like that interacting with us. I don't want to harbor that. You know what I mean? It's like I don't want to be like WIP had the dirty 30 for all those years who booed Donovan McNabb at draft day. They were a bunch of guys that could barely spell draft that just went up there and booed because they didn't draft Ricky Williams.
Yeah,
so
and you're 100% right, and also, like, and I can't wait to cut this video because they're not going to be able to see my face, but I could care less. And knock it off with the life before Kevin Patullo nonsense. Again, grow the fuck up. We are. This is why. And listen, this is why we don't fucking deserve a Super Bowl. This is why we don't deserve championships in this city. Because the stupid shit like this, like before Kevin Patullo. What was like before that? Because before that, we had a meltdown in 2023. Before that, we went to the Super Bowl. For the record, he's been here for 5 years. He's had some success. So grow up. There's a reason you're not in football, and knock it the fuck off. And I don't know if anybody has watched Hard Knocks, but I've watched some of it. I got to watch the rest of it. Like, people sit there and get mad at Jalen Hurts because he didn't look at the tablet, because he didn't look at the tablet like a Jordan Love or like a Dak Prescott or like a Josh Allen, who, by the way, have never won anything, ever. But because he doesn't look at a tablet, he's like, oh, my God. No, instead, you see the clip. He's talking to Devontae, saying he missed a route. He made the error. He calls himself fouled on it. So people to sit there and think the reporter's not there, this is why you were an armchair quarterback. Sit back, enjoy the rest of the season, watch Hard Knocks every Tuesday night at 9 o'clock on HBO Max, and shut up about it.
Big ups to Jack here. Pointing out I think the bottom line. We're going to be saying a lot to get to this point, but look, if you just want to fast forward to the pod, A lot of it is because Hurts is limited, is what Jack is pointing out. I'd love for you to expand on it, Jack, in the ways that you see it. But if we can all touch on that, there are ways that he is limited by a few factors. We want to touch on that because I think that really goes to the heart of the problem of Black Friday, right?
Well, I mean, are there some limitations? Yeah, I'd say so. But I honestly think that a lot of these limitations this year have to do with how bad the offensive line has been. Those guys are really banged up. Like, they've played a lot of football together as a group over the last 3-4 years. And I mean, say what you want. Some people are going to sit there and say, oh, it's probably, they're banged up because of hard plays to execute, like the tush push, that those guys are getting banged up. I mean, I don't believe that, because I mean, you every single play, your offense and defensive lines are clashing. You got thousands of pounds fighting each other for position. But I do think that Hurts may have some limitations with his throwing sometimes. Maybe he's not reading the guys correctly. I don't know. Maybe there's something that there's just off. Maybe it's the play calling. There's reports that he doesn't want to have any designed QB runs, that he doesn't want to run as much. At this point, you kind of have to, though, because the one QB play, that designed run that they had last week, he scored. And it wasn't like he was getting bounced around. These defenders were hitting him, and they bouncing off of him like they were a tennis ball to a brick wall.
Yeah.
I mean, he's just, you know what I mean? So I really don't know how much of it's limited, to be honest with you, with him physically or his ability. But there is something there, and I will say that there are some kind of limitations. I just can't pinpoint them.
Yeah, there is reporting that he himself wanted to step away from the more risky run plays, or at least the designed ones at that, just because due to injury. He has had injury. And that is a limitation that he is aware of, but is also trying to correct.
It's fair. It's a fair assessment on his part.
I think there's also the limitation in the sense that he has been asked to be a more conservative a passer, which it looks like it reflects poorly on him, and that people are calling him scared. I mean, I guess you could say what you want, but I'm going to use Jalen's own words, which are pretty decent for this. And guys, I'm not happy with the losses. This is not, and I'm not making excuses, but if we're going to be honest with this conversation, it's what do you really want to see improve, and how? You just saying Jalen is soft because he doesn't XYZ, that's not constructive. That is
It's an easy answer.
Right. So the things I would obviously, because have you guys seen the stats with the games won with versus without with Lane Johnson?
I have not.
It's staggering, right? Let's just put it this way: we win with him.
Very true.
We win with him, and the fact that we don't have that knowledge up front, and frankly, that strength. What is your alternative? What kind of, because Saquon doesn't have the same. He has the same issue that he's not getting. Well, sometimes he's just not reading it right, and that's on him. But he's just not getting that hole, or conversely, Jalen isn't getting that passer protection. Let's talk to that. Is that how do you change that? Because that's two components of the game that can be all focused back at to one point with no depth. Do you guys have solutions at O-line?
Well, hold on. Before we get into that, I want to ask the both of you, what do you think the reason for the loss on Friday is? If you had to pinpoint a specific reason why they lost.
Well, I've been talking like crazy, but so you can go, Eric.
Well, I mean, I was just gonna say, like, they did have some mistakes, and there's just the mistakes are what get you. Like, penalties on both sides were there. I'm not going to, I'm not going to bang the refs over the head. But yeah, no, I mean, I just felt that they made some mistakes and they were a little conservative, but they just never had the lead, so they never got into a rhythm. They don't have a running game, so I mean, they just got outplayed. That's pretty much how I feel. They just got outplayed.
Keith?
Yeah. So you might not agree with me, Fuzz, but I think it wasn't really the offensive line that let us down this time. I would say it's probably our run defense that collapsed on us. Do I want to say? Are you asking me? Was there a specific point or turning point that they lost at, or was
just what, like, if you had to look at something, look at that game and go, this is why they lost. I want to know why they lost.
Oh, run defense was non-existent. The Bears rushed for 280 yards, dude.
Yeah, and it was also here's a quick stat. It was also the first time the Bears have had two running backs rush for over 100 yards since 1985.
That guy DeAndre Swift, I wonder what he's all about. I wonder where he came from. Eagles should probably look into a guy something like that now.
So I'm in agreement with these all. Obviously, both running backs average 7 yards a carry.
God damn.
So
who had more, DeAndre or
Monangi?
Monangi.
I'm sorry, Monangi had almost 6 yards a carry. DeAndre Swift had 7 yards a carry, but DeAndre Swift had 7 less yards. And here's my point. He gave up that run defense. That was terrible.
Yeah.
Missed tackles was terrible. But let's go into the thing that I don't feel that people are talking about.
The tush push?
No.
Oh, okay. All right.
The 4 points that were missed by Jake Elliott. That's a turning point. I don't understand why the special teams gets a pass. I don't care that they blocked the field goal in week 2 or week 3 or whenever the hell it was. 4 points were left off the board, which is a total dynamic and changes the way the game is played. Because you don't miss the field goal, you don't do this, you're not forced to go for a 2-point conversion. So that essentially that 4 points is essentially 5 points because you go for the 2. So like it's guys, if you want to sit there and you want to blame Jalen Hurts, you want to blame Kevin Patullo, I understand that the defense has bailed us out, but they gave up 6 yards a carry, and that they had 84 yards rushing in the first quarter.
Yeah, and the time differential of possession was 40-20.
You can blame the offense all you want for the 3 and out. You gave up 84 yards rushing in the first quarter. Like, that's...
The offense also had time or opportunity to have a momentum shift as well. While I agree the defense deflated the sails of almost any momentum of the offense, like I said, they kept the Eagles defense out there for 40 minutes. So the Bears were working a number over on the run defense and just running the clock. The offense not fumbling on the tush push. Clearly,
and the holding penalties on offense. Like, that's like,
yeah,
it goes both ways. Like to me, that was an all-around loss. Like, you want to blame something. To me, you lost on special teams, you lost on offense, and you lost on defense. Their 53 was better than our 53.
Yeah, 100% bullied at the line of scrimmage in that game, right? Like,
oh my God, yeah.
Yeah, okay. It was really embarrassing for someone, for at one point they were considered the defense of the year. So that was just an all-around embarrassing, straight up. Tyler's asking, would you guys have gone for the one when Sirianni had missed the 2-point, or was it the right decision at the time? Yeah, I think it was the right decision.
Yeah, I do too. I thought it was the right decision. It just didn't work out.
Yeah.
So I'll say he should have went for one, because when you're in that situation, you are overstimulated. You're hyped up. You're gonna try and do too much to get that 2 points. That's just me. I just, I think because they were in panic mode, and I think it just carried over. I could be wrong, but I think I think for me, I might have went for one.
Listen, so unfortunately, I don't get into like the ultra hypotheticals, right? I try to watch game footage and film. Like, it's one of those things that, like, if you coulda, woulda, shoulda, it's more or less, where was there a failure here? Because that's what you're trying to correct. Now, if you want to talk about how you should have coached, well, there's so many moving parts during an actual game. Getting the correct call just depends on sometimes the flip of a coin. So, I don't think I'm so hung up on this, on Nick's point play calling or his attempts. I can't be mad at him. Are you mad at him, Eric?
No, I'm not. I think he was making the right decisions. Just didn't work. It just didn't work out. Like, there's mistakes made. Like Chris said, there was points left on the board. With special teams. So yeah, I mean, it is what it is at this point. But yeah, no, I think the right decisions were made by Nick. It's just they gotta try and right whatever's wrong on the field. Like, somewhere along the line, it's just not equating to what this guy's trying to play, what he's calling, or Patullo's calling. It's just not working right now. So
I'm not okay. Here we go. I think we've covered the idea of what happened on Black Friday. Let's get into the reality of other underperforming top tier teams that are currently happening in the NFL. I promise you, this is not me being a homer, which some people will accuse me of. I come at people for being overly negative on certain items and just ranting and raving. Again, I think we're all trying to be constructive on here. But there are other teams. Like, let's go to the elephant in the room. The Super Bowl perennial favorite, the Kansas City Chiefs, who just lost last week as well. They are currently 6-6.
Yeah. Look,
are they talking about firing Mahomes? Yes or no?
No.
Okay.
Mahomes, no.
Are they talking about firing Andy?
No.
Anybody? Are they talking about firing anybody yet? Have you heard any news about how Kansas City is at their wits' end? What we do also know this, they will not be in the playoffs. Right. So, but like, I'm going with the lowest hanging fruit right now, and it is clearly the Chiefs. No one is doing the same talk. Now, we are being savages in Philly by asking to fire someone and blah, 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 right? Okay. Whatever.
Yeah.
Let's move on from that. I think that was a little too easy. Can we stay within the AFC here? Let's go with the Ravens. They were we would all agree they were a strong Super Bowl contender.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
6-6.
That's all I heard. It's they're finally gonna beat Hurts.
Who's saying that?
Just the preseason stuff.
Oh. Okay. Well, Um,
Now,
yeah, no,
let's be honest. Lamar's facing a lot of offensive line issues, just like Philadelphia.
and he also hasn't been the same since he came back from that injury too.
Yeah, since he's been back, like a month, I just haven't.
Yeah.
And so I think the Ravens' struggles really do revolve around injuries and the offense not finding a consistent rhythm. Like it's a strong division. So I think in that case they're similar to the Eagles' offensive inconsistencies because of injuries, but at the same time, aren't these elite teams supposed to overcoming and at least have a winning record?
Why isn't no one talking about Derrick Henry being washed up? He's having almost the same type of season that Saquon Barkley is.
Mhm.
Because he wears a green emblem on his body. That's
Okay.
why.
Just low. I think those were the two lowest hanging fruits in terms of the underperforming teams. And I went big on purpose because then we get into a little bit minutia with the next two teams I'm going to throw out to you guys. Let's talk about the very hyped and strong playoff contender, at least to be a division favorite, the Detroit Lions. 7-5, just took another loss. The defense is getting ravaged again, so it's another story leading to major losses. What do you guys think? Are they talking about firing? Who are they talking about firing?
Oh, they're not talking about firing anybody because they're literally having let's put it this way, they've been so bad for so long, and the last couple years they've been really good, and this year it's kind of unraveling for them a little bit. Like the twine is starting to loosen up around the grip of the stick driving the truck, so they're sort of just kind of like playing like a middle of the pack team right now. Because to me, there's no clear cut of the teams that are currently. If the season ended right now, who was in the playoffs, I don't see a clear cut favorite in the NFC at all.
No.
Mm.
All I heard was Rams this, Rams that. They just lost to Carolina.
Damn it, dude!
Yeah.
That's on the list. Okay, God damn you, Chris. Let's. How do you think the Lions compare, or at least differ, either one you want to take, to the Eagles situation? Like, what do you think is happening to the fall apart of Detroit in their situation compared to Philadelphia? Do they have similarities or differences here?
They have some. All right, well, first off, they've injured Amon St. Brown. But at the end of the day, no one cares about the Detroit Lions. There's no pressure in Detroit to win. I know people are going to disagree because they've never won, but they're used to it. Enjoy the Red Wings, guys. Okay,
Well,
enjoy the Pistons.
No, I mean, in a certain group there is pressure for them to win because they haven't been this good of a team in forever. I mean, the last time they were somewhat decent was Barry Sanders.
Yeah, but you also don't hear about, in the media, on how bad Jared Goff is playing or how bad this person's playing. You don't hear it. All you hear about is how bad the Eagles are, how bad Saquon is. Jalen can't do this. A.J. Brown's unhappy. The line can't block. The coach can't coach. The offensive coordinator can't coordinate. You don't hear any of that rumbling.
You want to know why you don't hear any of that? Because they're not the defending champions. That's why.
Which is fine, but we've played this game before.
I don't want to. They're two totally different teams. This is not last year's team. You have to reprove everything. There are some guys who have tasted success, and that may be hurting us. And so there's components, but not everyone was on the team last year.
Okay. All right, take away the players. But all right, so Philly Fanatic just brought up a good point. Why doesn't Campbell get criticized as much as Sirianni. Sirianni has been nothing but criticized since he came into this damn league. He had an awkward press conference, which I blame the PR management for the Eagles. Dan Campbell came out and said, "I'm gonna bite kneecaps," and everyone was like, "I love this." Like, you remember, I'm gonna bite kneecaps.
That was classic. I'm not gonna lie.
But he gets the love, and Sirianni gets nothing but criticized. And that was
he was talking about flowers and stuff. So I mean, come on.
yeah. And you know what? He talked about Flowers, and they made the playoffs. They were like 3-7. Like, shave the head and talk about Flowers again, Nick. That's all I want from you.
They started listening to the Grateful Dead, and next thing you know, they're a playoff team.
Yeah, they're high. They don't feel the energy. But like that's where I think. That's like the comparisons are. I don't. It's like I don't understand why Detroit isn't criticized for as much, because what do you hear about? Oh my God, Sonic and Crush, is that his name?
Well, I think Detroit's issues that you hear mostly about aren't player critiques. It's front office critiques, right? Like, they have a lot of attrition this year to coaching staff. They lost coordinators and assistants. There is an issue with defensive depth in Detroit, but I think they're more of a personnel issue facing forward. But
did you just say they lost coordinators?
That they've lost their. If you take a look at what they've lost,
I can play this game. Like, we've lost a coordinator every single year, and I'm not making it up.
I meant for real.
I meant from this year, and that's a standard thing happening with. What was the stat with Jalen? He's had 6 offensive coordinators in 5 years.
Yeah, I think Shane was here.
Yeah,
back, right?
Yeah, Shane Steichen was back-to-back years. That was it. But
and
that includes college.
Yes, it does include college.
Wasn't Lane Kiffin his offensive coordinator?
At one point, yes.
Oh,
no, Dable.
Dable was at Alabama.
Dable.
He's gonna be,
Dable.
I'm telling you right here, if they don't make it to the Super Bowl, he's going to be the offensive coordinator here next year.
Don't say that.
Okay. And
okay.
I can't. I don't want to. You know me. I don't like talking about like hypothetical. We got to get through. We have 12 games in. We still have 5 to play. Let's talk about a team that is maybe in the same exact situation like us. And I'm going to say it is the AFC favorite, Buffalo Bills, sitting at 8-4. You got Josh Allen not playing at what you would, I think everyone calls him top 3 as elite, MVP, whatever. I think in order for the Bills to win, it requires you to have Josh Allen playing at an MVP level, which is not happening. But they have a good record.
Look, they always have a good record. He's always playing at an MVP level, and they just can't get over that hump. They just can't get over it.
Is the playoff? Is that code for the playoffs?
Playoffs? No. Yeah, I mean, yeah, they just can't get over it. And I'm sorry. Look, I'll give Josh Allen, like, if people want to like anoint the guy, okay, fine, anoint him. I don't care. But he's another one that until he wins it, I don't want to hear it.
He's the Dan Marino of our times.
No, he's not. Dan Marino made the Super Bowl. Listen, they've literally changed the OT rule for him. And since they've changed it, he's like 0-5.
Yeah.
Like,
no, I was just going to say, you're right. They did. They changed the overtime rule because of him, and it hasn't even benefited him one time. While he has a head coach that wants to ban the tush push who uses it all the time. Make that make sense. But yeah, no, I'll put Joe Burrow over Josh Allen any day for the simple fact that the kid made it to the Super Bowl. Like, he has the ability, and this dude has never had an offensive line. Like, look, like he almost got his toe taken off this year, and he just came back. Like, it's amazing. But yeah, no, like I'll put Joe Burrow over him any day. I'll put Lamar Jackson over him any day because the guy's been there. He's got 2 MVPs.
He's got one.
I thought he was a 2-time MVP of the league.
Yeah.
No, Josh Allen has one.
Okay, he's still never been to a Super Bowl. I don't give a fuck about his little MVP.
Neither is Lamar Jackson.
Okay, fine. Let's do
Fair enough.
a more realistic comparison then. Okay. You guys can do this, but let's do 2 teams versus each other. What is more of a underperformance to you of a season? That last season the Chiefs went 15-2 and are now sitting at 6-6. Or the Eagles are struggling, air quotes included, at 8-4, which is, I think, more of an indictment on failing to live up as Super Bowl champs, right? So, which one do you think is more of a seasonal underperformance there? Aw.
I what is that?
Aw. Yo, you muted. You're muted.
Can't hear you.
That's my new puppy. That's Ozzy.
Ozzy.
Yeah.
For those of you catching this on the podcast, we are looking at a gorgeous. Is that a black lab?
Black Lab.
That is a gorgeous black lab. I thought so. Wow, what a good Ozzy boy.
Did something
Yeah.
happen?
Yeah, good boy.
No, he's being good. Well, tonight at least. Yesterday we did kind of have to rush him to the vet because he tore apart his mat in his crate, and he ingested a lot of foam. So my man was throwing up for a while yesterday.
So, what about your other 2 dogs?
Well, the 19-year-old, she's in the closet sleeping where she always goes when I'm upstairs. And the other one, Dakota, she is downstairs with her mother. She just came back in because she got her hair did. So she's hanging out with mom. The little one's
Wait, who got their hair did? The dog or your wife?
the wife.
Okay. Okay, I'm just checking.
Yeah, the wife.
We
yes.
just had to clarify.
I mean,
Yeah.
you're using like too many pronouns, and like the fact that your fur babies, which is completely fine, no judgment, that your fur babies are daughters and stuff like that. Because I do the same. No, Chris, I'm no judgment. It is fine. It was for clarification purposes only. I promise, and not a judgment. If if it sounded judgy, that is my apologies.
Not at all. Not at all. It's all good.
Which one is bigger underperformance to you guys?
I think the underperformance, and I'm gonna say it, and I think it's the Chiefs. I really think the Eagles broke them, and they figured out the way to beat them because they're not the same on offense and they're not the same on defense. I can't remember when the last time Patrick Mahomes had 6 losses in a season, if he's ever had them.
Yeah, he I think I absolutely agree with you 100%. The Eagles figured them out. I mean, they had them figured out 2 years ago. They just came up short. But they figured out the Kansas City Chiefs, and I think a lot of people looked at the first time they met in the Super Bowl, looked at the second time they met in the Super Bowl, and they know how to play the Chiefs now. The Eagles broke them. They figured them out, and the league knows it now.
Okay. I'm just going to go against you guys because I think you can argue this either way, but I actually was just going to lean towards I think the Eagles are underperformance is more of a larger scale to me because I think that the chinks in the Kansas City Chiefs armor, I think their 15-2 record last season was really hidden by lots of questionable calls at games and things. I don't think they were truly a 15-2 team last season. Whereas I think we believed the Eagles had made good enough moves in the offseason to be answers to some of the things we lost to stay a high performing team. And while I know 8-4 doesn't sound like it's struggling, if you've watched the film, they are struggling in position at MVP, or I'm sorry, at least Pro Bowl positions, where they've excelled in previous years. They're failing at. So I think that's why I think I'll scale the underperformance up for the Eagles, because I think that 15-2 record was a fraud last year.
Yeah, I mean, that's excuse me. That's I'll agree with that. I'm not going to lie. I mean, that's not bad. I mean, like I said, like they figured out how to beat the Chiefs. Everybody now is going off of that game plan. But I can't say you're wrong with the Eagles. I really can't. I can't say you're wrong about that at all.
You wanna fast forward to December 8th. The Lou's checking in with us. Thank you, Lou. No running game, no repeat, and that. So, do we could tie this into the Chargers game? I think
it goes back to the injuries.
But do you think Saquon, because you brought that up earlier, Chris, that Derrick Henry is not performing to expectations. Does that mean they're not even going to see a playoff game?
Baltimore?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say probably not. I mean, look, with the running game, everyone knew that Barkley was not going to repeat what he did last year. In fact, statistically and historically, and every running back that goes for over 2,000 yards has a very bad follow-up season, for the simple fact that they were used so much. They took a lot of punishment. They just ran the ball a lot. Mm-hmm. And to be honest with you, it didn't even feel to anybody like Barkley was being touched, because he had, like, I forget how many runs was it, of over 60 yards. So he was like basically untouched. I mean, so it didn't look like it, but that's a lot of miles.
Yeah, and I also think, they losing Kenny Gainwell hurt them.
It did.
I don't believe in voodoo, Tyler. Get out of here with that Madden curse.
I think Tank's got to touch the ball a few more times.
You're a Tank Bigsby guy, aren't you? All right.
Well, he's doing good when he touches the ball. I mean, I don't think there's anything wrong with going to a committee at this point. I really don't. And try and mix in a couple Jalen Hurts runs here and there. I don't think it's a bad idea to do it. I really don't.
Yeah. Big question of the day: does Justin Herbert play?
It's funny. Still haven't heard any word on him yet. They haven't said anything, so it'll be interesting to see what happens. I mean, it's his non-throwing hand, so I mean, the only thing this is really going to affect is him holding the ball after the snap. Is it going to hurt him when he gets the ball? You know what I mean? So we'll have to see how that goes. But if he can't go, then we're facing Trey Lance.
Right. So here's the thing that crazy. Herbert finished the game. I thought when that play happened, did you guys watch that game?
I saw it.
Yeah, so did I. I thought Trey Lance was coming in. He kind of went off to the sideline, but but he did have surgery to stabilize it. I think he is still day-to-day, like you said, Eric. Mm-hmm. He'll be under heavy protection. I don't think he'll be able to take a snap under center if he's got like a rig on, right?
there's talk that they're trying to fit him for a special glove that will like take some of the shock absorption away. I don't know if that's going to work or not. I mean, I guess it's going to come down to his pain threshold or whether or not they just basically give him some medication to try and take the pain away while he's playing. I mean, they can't numb it.
No,
because
it's going to come down to he's probably going to get a cortisone shot because Mekhi Becton. I don't even know if he's playing for them. He struggled this year. The Eagles have that extra days off. If their defense gets to him and hits him from behind, they're going to fall on it. Like, I'm sorry. If I'm a player, I'm attacking his arm. I'm attacking his arm because it changes the game. It changes how you hold the ball. It doesn't make them a dirty player. You attack the weakness. They kind of figured out the weakness in a tush push and sending someone around and getting the ball up top. That's a weakness. Now, was it exposed? We don't know. It looked like it was for 1 week, but now this guy's got a broken hand, not a wrist, not like a finger. He's got a full-on broken hand. You attack the weakness. Does not make you a dirty player.
No, well, first of all, they'll have no play action game with that because he'll be in the gun, right? Is that the only? If he can't get a suitable covering that will stabilize and protect him from injury, he'll be in a rig. He has to, and that means he's in the shot. He's in the gun. I'm gonna assume exclusively, because he can't get under snaps. There's not enough room for him to get in there and to also feel and get the ball. So what do? You need a strip sack. You got to go and go after that because you use that arm to protect the ball once they get to you. You stack the box. I'm blitzing him all day long. I'm blitzing him all day long because the second you tap that hand, like you said, trying to do a strip sack, the second you tap that hand, he's going to be in pain. I don't care what kind of shot they give him. I don't care if he's fueled on cocaine and whatever else. He's going to feel some pain, and that's going to play a major factor. I'm blitzing him all day long. Yeah. We got to, obviously, I think we've already touched up on this. We got to stop that run. But if Lance gets in, I still stack the box, right? Because you're just going to force that guy to throw. He's mobile, but I don't think he can pick apart a defense from the pocket.
I mean, yeah, we don't really.
No,
we haven't
don't
really
know.
seen.
Right. We don't know.
No, we don't know nothing really about him. Like he's never actually had a chance to do anything.
Right.
Could he be dangerous? He could come in and all of a sudden be like, "Oh my God, like we can't stop this guy." Doubt it, but he's one of those guys where it's like if you rattle him, they're screwed. Yeah. So the second Kobe Dean takes him out, he'll be rattled too. So,
the Rams have to know. The Chargers have to know that we're soft against the run. Like they have to know this. So they got that the rookie, that kid who just had he had an amazing game. Kamani Vidal just had a great game. I think he had like over 100 yards rushing. So I think they'll use him to kind of protect either one of their quarterbacks, whoever it may be. I think Vic needs to probably move the safeties closer to the line because if they can't stop the run on like early downs, they're going to lose this game, right? Regardless of who's playing for the quarterback in LA.
Yeah. I hate to talk about like that, but it's the honest truth. Like if they can't get that run defense like tightened up, or at least can contain them a little bit, they're in for a long day. They're in for a very long day because now there is also a possibility that Omarion Hampton does play, who's the starting running back, but after Vidal just had the game that he did, you know they're going to use him.
Mhm.
You know they're going to find ways to get him involved in this game. I mean, we're talking about if they can control the run game. We could also be looking at a game where you have 2 weeks in a row, 2 running backs go for over 100 yards, and then we're really screaming and yelling.
I don't think that's going to happen.
I hope not.
Yeah, Louis checking in again with us. He likes the idea of bringing those safeties just down to the line and let it just kind of like giving them that green light to kind of just smash heads, because there is and that kind of also goes to talking about our offense, right? Like we're now going up against are they number 2 or number 3 ranked pass defense? I know they're really good, the Chargers. They're up there. So they're going to allow very little through the air. Right? They've giving Jalen's inconsistency. I think okay. I'm going to go back to like us being poor fans maybe. We started having a grinded out persona this season and fans weren't okay with it. And now we're losing. Are you okay with that too? I mean, like you were getting wins and you weren't happy with it because they were too grindy of a win. I think we needed to embrace that persona that we were grinding it out. And I think Barkley and Tank need to touch the ball a lot. I think we need to look at 30, 40 plus plays that involve that squad.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I don't disagree. What do you say, Chris?
Yeah. Listen, they give up 168 yards passing through whatever week we're in. The Chargers do. The Eagles give up 216, and they both have given up the same amount of passing touchdowns. So that's 12. So I don't know. I'm not sold on. I'm not sold on Justin Herbert. He's a good quarterback. I don't know.
I mean, if Herbert were healthy, I think the Chargers are the clear favorites here. I mean, I can admit that. Like just by past performance, I'm not going to let my love of the team cloud my judgment on the Chargers are looking like a better team currently if Herbert was healthy.
Right. Nah, yeah.
And as you correctly stated, Chris, that is a massive flaw that you must exploit. And so it's a massive opportunity then. And I think they do win 20-17 with a grinded out.
But this is also the same team. Again, you go back to any given Sunday. That got embarrassed 35-6 against the Jaguars. Lost to the Commanders 27-10. Lost to the Giants 21-18. And got blown out by the Colts 38-24.
Yep.
So
what did they do after the first round in the playoffs?
They didn't play.
Oh, that's right. You see, like, and that's my point to the fans. We had a grinded out mentality and at that time as well, and we had no problem with it. But we get the Super Bowl and you want the same persona from a different team. And you just can't have that. You need to be better fans. You need to understand the fluidity of a team from year to year.
Yeah, and listen, if you get past the Chargers, you eke out a win, you're good. Like you don't get on a plane trip. You got to get on a bus unless they fly to Buffalo. They probably fly to Buffalo. I'm sorry. But listen. You go to the Chargers, you play the Raiders, you play the Commanders. If you can beat the Chargers, you're looking right now at a possible 3-game winning streak. Remember, I said possible. They got to win. But this is what you have to do. You come out, you play your game. you have to go unacceptable, nothing less. You have to go 4-1. You go 4-1, you're 12-5, and probably are the number 2 seed. Probably. You get the number 2 seed. You don't travel until the NFC Championship game. That's what their focus needs to be, is game by game. But for me, they got to go 4-1. So I think they win. They're a 2.5 point favorite. There's a reason they're a 2.5 point favorite. I just think they're the better team. That's just my opinion.
Okay.
Tyler wants us to weigh in on the Cowboys-Lions game for tomorrow night. Let's see.
The Cowboys.
I believe the favorites in this are the Lions. They are given 3 on that. What is do you guys know what the over is on this game?
54.5.
Really? What is that, split odds? Is that split odds for the 54? And it's got to be. So
over is 54 minus 105. It's under 54 is minus 115.
Okay, I call that split odds, bro. That's a split odd. That's a split. Who cares? Okay. What is the It was the spread still 3? When I last checked, it was 3.5, maybe. But is it still 3?
It's still 3.
Okay. All right, man. Look, I'm not against saying personally that the Lions win this. They are a better team. Now, I think Dallas has also rebounded on their defense very nicely. Lots of holes that have allowed them to win, but I think I think Detroit has got this one.
Yeah,
okay.
I mean it's gonna be hard, no doubt. I just think Detroit's coming off an emotional loss. They want to get back on the right track. I know they're going to be missing some key players, but if you legitimately take the ball out of Jared Goff's hands and just feed Gibbs and Montgomery and go to your play action, you'll be fine.
Oh yeah. I think you're looking at. I think they are kind of looking at a large, a big passing game, out of these two guys, just because I think Dak may be overrated. I don't want to say overrated. I apologize. Overvalued with Pickens and CD. Right there. So, so they're hot. They're the hot ticket right now. Here's the fun thing. Vegas odds is giving it to Detroit. Fans are giving it to Cowboys.
Interesting.
And we're talking fan money line is they're taking the over. They are taking over 66-34. Now most of them are taking the win on the point +3 with 58%, but it's pretty damn close to the money line at 57. So some people are taking the spread and some people are taking the money line, but everyone's taking the Cowboys to win this one. So there's a lot of low value right now looking at Detroit, but who do you think the top scorer in this game is?
Ooh.
Probably George Pickens.
Yeah, I was just gonna say probably Pickens. Who would have thought that he'd be playing better than CD Lamb?
Jahmyr Gibbs is Vegas's favorite on this game.
Really?
Yeah, the plus.
Not a bad pick.
Yeah, top scorer with plus 235. Because, but they don't have him as the best odds at any time touchdown. But they do have him as the first touchdown as well. So,
gotcha.
Yeah, they're still riding high on the Jahmyr Gibbs line here. So what do you say, Chris? Is this a Detroit win or a Cowboys victory?
I hope both teams have fun and tie.
Okay. Yo, man. Listen, back in the day, I would have said that's a cheap cop out, but since it's now a possibility, we accept it for what it is. So wouldn't that be Dallas's second tie of the season?
Yeah,
That would.
Good for them. I would love that for them, actually. Eric, what do you say to that?
I'm riding the hot hand here. I think Dallas wins this game. Which,
Okay.
by the way, I did tell you I thought that they were going to get the Eagles, and they did.
You called that. You actually almost called the score.
I almost did, didn't I?
Yeah, you did. What you got for us, Chris? I think you have a heart out, right?
Well, hold on. Before I pop out, this is what I want to do to these Kevin Patullo idiots who.
Jesus.
Keith, do you partake in this at school? Do they do this?
What is it?
Break a balloon.
Why? Why do you?
So you inflict bodily harm on the person you're. Oh my goodness.
Why are they allowing that?
Oh God.
And I would love to say that this was in a different time. I would love to say this, but I saw a banner for class of 2025.
Oh my God, Pep. Jesus.
Yeah.
Jesus, this is the dumbest thing I've ever seen in my life. Like, this is something that you would see out of like Japan or something, like Squid Games BS.
So I'm sorry
or an Eagles tailgate.
Buffalo Bills tailgate.
Sorry for you catching this on Spotify or podcast. You just showed a video of high school students, I'm assuming, engaging in pep rallies and spirit weeks and HOCOs and all those other things, playing like games in the gym, but they are they are hurling their bodies at one another. First of all, I'm in education, 25 years. I have a very strict with students, don't touch each other policy. Like, there is no need for you guys to be touching each other. Don't play fight, don't slap box, don't ball tap, none of that crap. Knock it off. So like I'm very strict about it. So watching a school and administrators allow that to happen, to me, drives me bonkers.
Yeah, that was just stupid. That was literally the dumbest thing I've ever seen.
Yeah, I'm embarrassed for them as educators. Like you if there's multiple, there must have been at least 10 to 15 different like clips compiled together of.
Oh yeah, this is not one school.
No, of kids hurling their bodies at one another in what looks like a balloon popping exercise where you're supposed to like sit on the person's lap and pop the balloon, but they are literally launching themselves 5 to 10 feet before to land on the person and crush them on the chair.
I'm sure Chris will have it up on the Facebook page soon enough. They'll be like, this is what we're talking about.
Yeah, put that up, dude. That's such an embarrassment.
Oh, by the way, it's now 5-2 Philadelphia Flyers.
Let's go. We came into this with a 2-0 deficit.
This is crazy. What a team. What a team.
What a team.
All right, gents, I gotta go.
Yep, we're just closing this out. How's that sound?
Sounds good.
Oh, let's get your prediction at least before you leave.
56-7.
Go Birds. Go
Stay away
Birds.
from that. Go Birds. Go Birds.
Take us out, Eric, or give us your prediction and then take us out.
Who are they playing again? No, I'm kidding. I'm gonna say 24-17 Eagles.
Okay, grinded out fashion. How are they getting there?
It's definitely gonna be a grinded out fashion. There's nothing explosive about this offense.
Okay, I said it once and I said it already. I think I'm going to stick with the 20-17 score. I think we are going to exploit the injury, regardless of who's at quarterback, and that's our road to victory there.
Boom, 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 boom. Oh, yeah, I hear you, man. Sounds good to me.
We are going to have, I think, a mega show next week. Is that correct?
Yeah, we're gonna do a collab.
Mm-hmm. Like an all network show next week. We are going to do PPP, NEP, HOFC, ASAP, and you're the VIP that's invited to join us. So we hope that you tune in next Wednesday. It'll probably be a little bit longer than expected show, but we are going to have guys from all over the network on the show talking about, obviously, the Monday night game. We are going to have several games from the end of this show till next week, and we are going to recap everything.
Sounds good. I'm excited. Can't wait.
Yep. So take us to the promised land, Eric.
All right, let's land this plane. Everyone, thank you again for joining us for another edition of the Philly podcast. I'm Eric Paragini. The voice of the voiceless was Chris Lahiff. Our producer is Keith. And we're brought to you by our own network, the Broken Bell Network. Our friends at the Monkey's Uncle. And you can catch us, like I said, here on the Broken Bell Network YouTube channel. You can find us on the Philly Podcast Facebook page. We're at Twitter or X at Philly Pod. And you'll find us exclusively on Spotify under Broken Bell Network. Or you could also just search the Philly Podcast on Spotify. You'll find it there too.
You want Philly?
Yeah, let's do it.
It's easy to sum it up. We talking about practice.
Because it's about as casual as it gets.
What's the problem now?
That's a clown question, bro.
I think we ought to send him beat man at least.
World champions.
Start playing with some jam in here. Let's go.
Philadelphia, looking as only you can look. Woo!
Here we go.